We're at our final portion of our Parthenon drawing. I've included the length and the width words as a reference for you to follow so that you will know which sides are my length and which sides are my width, and which sides are parallel to the green axis and which sides are parallel to the red axis. Now let's continue. My computer is not responding right now, so I will give it a moment. Now let's create that peak that we know to exist in the Parthenon. The Parthenon is shaped almost, it's got a peak in the front of the building along the width. So we're going to create that. The first thing we're going to do is select our pencil tool. We're going to move our pencil tool along the edge of the top rectangular prism. You see the word on edge until we come to the midpoint. It will turn blue and the word midpoint will appear. Go ahead and click. And now let's draw a line from the midpoint to the side, just at the midpoint along the edge of the side, and we will click. We would do the same for the other side. I'm going to rotate it and do the exact same for the other side. Select the pencil tool, find the midpoint along the edge. That should be where we left off. It should say end point in this case, but it's going to be the midpoint because it's picking up on the very last end of our previous line that we drew, which is an end point, but it is also in this case the midpoint. So we will click and we'll draw a line to the other side till we see the word midpoint. That's the inference from SketchUp. It's going to tell you where you are, and in this case we're at the midpoint. We click. Now what we're going to do is eliminate this triangle that we've created by selecting the push-pull tool. I'm going to click on the top portion of that and just move it to the back until we see the words offset limited and some numbers. We don't really care about the numbers, we just want the words to come up, and when they do, we click and the back portion will disappear. We do it for the other side. Select the top triangle portion, click, and push it back till we see the words offset limited, and we click to let it go. Now we have our front portion of our Parthenon. One last step. The Parthenon contains the statue Athena inside, or it used to. So we're going to go inside by selecting our columns in front and hiding them so that we can enter. I'm going to hide them. Now let's go inside. We are inside now. We want to select our window in our tools. We select the word window. We go to components. Click components. And SketchUp will look for the component that we want to select. And remember, when you go to components, you type in what you want to find, such as if you want the statue of Athena, we're going to type in the statue of Athena right here in this space. And I've already done it, but I'm going to go ahead and type it again so you can see Athena. And I'm going to press the hourglass or the magnifying glass. Google's 3D warehouse is looking for Athena, and I believe that's an Athena statue there. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Our statue comes in very big at first. Remember, it's not going to stop until I tell it to. So for some reason my statue Athena is faced the wrong way, so I'm going to find one that is faced the correct way so I don't have to rotate it me see if I go back. What is this one? Let's see about that one. Oh no, that's the whole Parthenon. We don't want that. We can do our own. What do we do? Just delete it. Alright, let's go with the first one. We'll click on Athena. Let's go back inside. We're scrolling inside again. It's not a problem because we know how to do that. Now we're going to click on Athena. There she is. And once she's kind of in the middle, we can just let her go. We want to see the word on face appear before we click to let her go. I'm going to click. Now we can close our components window. I'm going to orbit so that I can see the position of Athena. Again, if any of these columns get in your way, you just simply click on them and hide them by selecting them and hiding them. Remember, we can unhide everything once we're ready. And I'm going to tilt to see where Athena's head is. If she's okay and she's not too high up in the ceiling, we can stop. But in this case, I think Athena's head is buried somewhere in the top. Again, my computer is not responding, so I'm going to wait for a moment. There's a lot of information I'm asking it to do, so all right. Now, let's see what she is. Yeah, I think her head is through the roof. So what I'm going to do with Athena is I'm going to resize her. The way I do that is I go over here to my scale tool. Click on that. I click on Athena. Remember the yellow lines come up. Now I'm looking for the word uniform scale about opposite point. Those are the words I'm looking for. That's the diagonal line, and that will allow me to scale her evenly and proportionately so that she won't be, flat in places and long in places. So I'm going to make her smaller, but I'm going to move her down so that she can sit and rest inside Parthenon. Let's go around the other side where we've kept our door open. Now we're going to move her down. Yeah, there she is. Sit her right on the face. She's parallel to our blue axis. That's fine. And there she is. All right. So Athena's in the building, or Athena's in the house. There she is. That's good. Now, we're going to unhide everything so we can see what we've done. Some of you may want to go ahead and use your Windows tool to color the rooftop, color the columns. Remember, they are made of stone. So we can go to our Windows tool, click on Materials, remember? And then we can select the type of material that we want. We'll click on this, and we want, in this case, I'll select stone, and I will select this stone cursed rough, and just use it to paint my columns. Brings it more, gives it more life, more realistic features. And you can rotate your Parthenon around at any time by using your mouse to click on the scroll or the wheel in the middle, or in my case, since I don't have a mouse, which I don't recommend, but I don't have a mouse, so I'm just selecting the orbit tool up here. And I'm just going to color all of these columns. I'll keep doing that until they're all like I want them to be, and you can do that at your leisure. All right. Now, once I orbit, I've got stone columns, and now I think I will paint my rooftop a color. You can do whatever you like. I'm going to paint it a color. How about red? I know they didn't have red rooftops back then, but it's just fun. So let's paint it red. I like that color. Oops. Zoom out. Well, what happens in this case? Well, what I've done is I've lost my figure, but it's still there. We know it's still there. This is why it's helpful to have a mouse. I'm just going to select one of my tools up here that would allow me to view it again. And once I get it back, I will end this portion and allow you to work. Thank you for watching. There it goes. Don't forget to unhide everything. Edit, unhide all. And don't forget to save. Remember, File, Save As, and go to your folder on the server.